Hello and welcome to Market in a Minute, March the 25th, 2025. Yet another mixed day in Asia today as Australia, Japan and India rose while other markets that we watch fell. The reason once again is the combined impact of tariffs, threats of counter tariffs, U-turnabout tariffs and currency fluctuation because of tariffs that are keeping international financial markets in a flux. Speaking of Asian markets, the correlation analysis between KSE 100 index and the other equities we follow is now complete, and YMS Securities will be publishing it very soon. But in a nutshell, it shows, as expected, very weak correlation between the KSE 100 index and other Asian equities. The best that was found was with the India's BSE index, and that too very moderate, showing that as the BSE moves, KSE tends to move in the same direction only 40% of the time, or only 16% of KSE 100's movements is statistically explained by the movement in the BSE. Now, while this shows that in an era of increased integration between financial markets, KSE 100 index remains largely isolated, meaning it still depends on internal political and economic factors to drive the market. But there's also an advantage in this, as we go on to explain in the research paper, because foreign investors with exposure to Asia should look to this market as a diversification tool, especially in times of turmoil like the present. The results will come out soon enough, so please give us your feedback. Moving on to the daily chart of the KSE 100 index, we can see that the market was unable to move above the January 6th resistance, moving very sharply from that line. Yet, with the Bollinger Bands expanding and a measure of volatility starting to return to the market, especially when the market is poised for a result of the IMF talks and the possible resolution of the secular debt, a sharp move can be expected in either direction. This is better explained on the hourly chart, where we've been monitoring the Fib extensions till now. Now we'll see the Fib retracement. As you can see, there is a negative divergence between the index and the RSI, and a reversal down to the 38.2% retracement. Once again, the market is poised, as a correlation analysis shows, for internal triggers, namely political and economic. In this case, the negotiations with the IMF and plans for resolution of the secular debt, making these very interesting times for the market. It is poised to snap out in one or the other direction, which is why we are keeping a very close watch. So stay tuned. Thank you.